Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A cloud foundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Now we are going to talk about the UI a little bit. What are the UI components? How do we define the UI of the guide? How the screens are defined? There is a concept of page configuration file in a guide file. We call it as PCF file, page configuration file. These page configuration file gives us the feasibility to the changes, screen level changes using drag and drop interface. If you want to add new buttons, right, we can just drag the button from the editor and just add it in the screen. That we can do. We just need to define the level of the button on click. What should be the functionality of that button? All these things we need to define, but we don't need to hold and look and feel on the button. That's the good part of it. All that can be done from the PCF files. I wanted to show you how the PCF files look like. All the PCF files, right? Page configuration files are kept in the page for configuration folder. If there is a PCF folder, you can see all the address these. This will contain all the drag and drop files for the screens, right? You can see all the address related files means all the files related to the addresses, screen right, would be stored here. If I'll open this, you can see this is the PCF file, and let me open some login page. You can see this is the username. There is a username. There is a password. And there is a login button. Similarly, if we want to see for training, let's see AV company, AV contact. These are the small components, right? As we have a parent method, right? We have a class, and inside class we can call different methods, right? We can call the classes, but we can call the methods from different other classes as well. In my class, right? Similarly, here also I can call one PCF file to other PCF file as well. I can have a relationship between them. I can have a parent PCF file, then I can have a child PCF file. All those stuff can be done. One PCF file can be reusable. Suppose this is a PCF file which we have created, right? And then we have provided two fields here. If we want to use these two fields altogether in multiple screens, right? I can call this PCF file in multiple screens. That's why we have small pieces of PCF file. But what are the different types of PCF file and how do we create them and all those stuff, right? We will be discussing. Just I wanted to show you the high level on how the PCF file looks like. And in the sidebar, you can see there is a list of items which you can drag and drop. And after dragging and dropping, right, if you want to, once suppose you drag and drop the button, you will search for your button. And there are many types of button which came, right? Button input add, button. there is a check value. It will appear like a check. Remove button toolbar button. These are the types of button which we can add. If you want to add a simple button, I can add that as well. Let me add a button. Label. Label is nothing, but you can define what should be written in front of this button. You can mention here like the dummy button. You can see here right in the screen, we have something written and then we have a box where we can fill in the value. Similarly, the label, we have to define this here. The ID is the unique identifier of this particular widget. These smaller elements, right? This element, these are the elements building blocks of a PCF file. These elements, we call it as atomic widgets. These are the atomic widgets. You just need to remember this terminology. These are atomic widgets. This is PCF file. In our course, throughout this site, we will be using these terminologies out. There should be each widget is the building block of the PCF file, right? Each widget should have its own ID, which is unique. The Ideas button. In action, we need to define and we need to call any method, go through method. Action will tell us if you suppose someone will click on this button from the screen right. What method should run at the back end? Action will define that. We need to define those right now. Valued is something which is written on the button, top of the button, or we can say validate map, validate. We cannot align it. We have this aligned. Yes, correct. I have not used it. We have many properties. Let me check. But I think this alignment is not for button. This validate thing. Actually, alignment is for the complete this PCF. You got my point. It is not only for this one, alignment is for this complete thing with reference to the screen. We have many properties available here. We have visibility condition. If we want to, we can write a condition here when we want this field to be visible. If that condition would be true, then only this field will be visible. Otherwise, it won't be visible. And right now here it is appearing as this much big button. But in the application, when we will see right, it won't be that much big button. It would. I can do a preview for that. I need to identify which screen this particular PCF file contains. But I think where I've added it, I don't have any data related to A-B adjudicator. Might be I'm not able to, maybe person. I think I can show you. There is a shortcut command which we need to use. Short. The shortcut command is Alt-Shift-L load. A load. previously we have used for sample data loading, right? Alt-Shift-T, right? And for this the command is we need to type or Shift-L. And there are many things on the PCF file. I wanted to show you the dictionary also. My data dictionary might be regenerated or still generating. Let it generate my whatever data model changes I do, right? I don't. Those data model changes will be deployed to the application only when I restart the server. I need to stop the server first. From here. From the run there is. My server is already stopped. I'll start it. And then when my server is started, right, I'll get a stop button enabled here. I need to stop the server, and then I need to, once the server is stopped, I need to run it again, right? Then my data model changes are deployed, but for PCF changes, I don't need to restart the server. It will be loaded with Alt-Shift-T because these are PCF changes, are the client level changes, right? These are not. These are three layers, right? Which we have discussed in our first class, the application layer, the database layer, and the UI layer. Whatever changes we do in the UI layer, those will be loaded with Alt-Shift-T. Alt-Shift-N, sorry. Whatever changes we do in the application layer, it can be deployed either by a server restart or we can reload the classes. Once I'll go to the run. If I do some class level changes, right, I'll do the changes and I'll reload the classes. Those will be deployed automatically. But for data model changes, I need to restart the server. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.